Hello, everybody. Welcome to Artifacts Worldswide's Lands of Aecathan, where a bunch of people who've probably played D&D a little too much decide to play D&D a little bit more in a world built just for them. Yep, that's right. You should be so flattered. I've never built a world for anyone else.
Remains to be seen.
So we just got done rolling hit points, and this is going to be an interesting evening because every single person rolled a 6.
Yes, on different dice.
On different dice. Yeah.
You'll both have 8s, right? Mm-hmm. And then Nikki's die 6?
Yep.
And I'm die 10.
You're die 10.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then that's a D8, so...
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I think that bodes well for tonight. I mean, 666 is the sign of the devil. I think 6666 is his next door neighbor. So, or maybe across the street. I'm not sure how the numbers work. But, yeah. But anyway, I don't know. It's a sign. A sign of what? I haven't got a clue. But clearly it's a sign. So... yeah, let's go ahead and welcome you back to the lands of Aecathan.
Annette, you ready?
No.
Zoom.
Back.
What?
So last week, our quartet, siblings, Arimynn and Zorith, new paladin, Aribell, and Tasha the Bard, found themselves talking to the chief rogue in all of Aecathan, the notorious VS of X, who explained to them that they were about to be drafted by the Aecathan army, and she would much rather have them working for her than have them have to suffer through army life. She explained that with law and order, she's kind of on the other side of that coin, but is still someone who cares about Aecathan being a free and successful nation. The army is currently dealing with incursions by the Dragonkin, well, not the Dragonkin, the dragons that were the driving force behind the orcs attacking decades ago. That seemed a little too big for our heroes. But Viessa pointed out that there was a threat from another front, the Temple of Jogravana, which is where the evil deities of Aecathan are worshipped. They've been sending spies into southwestern Aecathan, and the authorities at Thunder's Edge, which is the citadel tasked with keeping people from the temple out of Aecathan proper, haven't been able to keep up. And so Viessa requested that they go down to Thunder's Edge and lend their unique skills and ferret out the spies that the Thunder's Edge authorities haven't been able to catch. They gathered their gear, went to the docks, and there they saw a sight familiar to 3 of the 4, the strange, magically powered riverboat known as the Clever Sprite.
Clever Sprite. Yay!
And after exchanging greetings with Iarla, they prepared to talk to the captain. And that is where we pick up this evening.
Well, how is everyone? I say to the crew at hand.
Barnaby looks up and goes, "Huh, you again."
Me still.
Yep. Yarla was right. Sigrith, your boyfriend's here.
That's right, I remember that.
Does the elf acknowledge any of that?
You
Does
don't
it
see
help
her.
Oh, we don't see her?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
They're just yelling to her.
Marrow looks over. Human wearing loose-fitting clothing, but it's all in shades of green or brown. Just kind of smiles and says, "Yeah, whether you're here or not, they've enjoyed teasing her about that for some time now.
Poor dear.
You being back on board is just going to raise it to a fevered pitch."
You really
That's
shouldn't
not
tease
fair.
her. By you teasing her, you're severely stumping my odds.
I don't tease her. I know better. She's quite formidable, as I'm sure you remember. I don't want to get on her bad side. Yarla and Barnaby, however, don't seem to care.
Well, no brain, no pain.
I'll let the captain know you're here.
Have the travels north and south, or east and west, have the travels back and forth been fairly tame?
Who are you asking? Marrow's walked off to go get Captain Yerobi.
No one, apparently.
Well, I mean, Yarla and Barnaby are still loading.
No, that's fine. I thought I'd catch Miro before he went, but
They just loading cargo.
Yep, crates and
I'll walk
barrels.
over and help.
Oh, okay. Yarla
How long
says,
is this ride gonna take? We're dealing with some poor woman who wants nothing to do with our adventurer.
It's a couple days, isn't it?
Oh boy, it's gonna be a long ride.
"Oh, to get to the wave? It'll take a little while. Depends on how many times we have to stop. If we get attacked. Bandits are worse.
The bandits are worse.
Yeah.
They're pretty annoying.
They're getting smarter, too.
ooh, that's not good.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Although they haven't tried that bridge trick again. So
That's good.
yeah, that's pretty good. Of course, we know that trick now. So,
So you're extra cautious?
oh yeah. Yeah, while we're traveling, Captain's got us doing nothing but keeping our eyes out.
Probably best.
Yeah. Sometimes I even get to go up on the deck with her.
And who is this that we're talking to?
Oh, Iarla. The little gnome. She is the priest that Aribell knows. It's his niece.
Got it.
Have you seen your uncle?
Not recently.
Me either.
He's been pretty busy. He says that they've got him doing lots of... I don't remember the word. What's the word where he looks in other places?
He looks in other
Right?
places.
That's it.
Hmm.
And he says he's tired of looking at sand.
Ooh. Interesting.
I wouldn't mind looking at the beach. I like the ocean. But, to each their own.
Much of a good thing, I think.
Huh. Funny you should say that. When you turn up on my ship again, you turn around and look, and out walks Captain Yerobi, captain of the Clever Sprite.
Captain?
And odd.
Let's see.
Captain.
She looks at Zorith and goes, I remember the face, but I'm sad to say I don't remember the name.
Oh. Zorith?
Zorith. Aribell?
Yes.
Right. Arimynn, I know. Be surprised if your name isn't carved on this ship somewhere.
Oh, jeez.
This is our
Yeah.
friend Tom.
Tasha.
Nice to
Army.
meet you.
Army, I see. Well,
A little
good.
bit.
At least then it's likely that you'll know your way around.
Yes.
Good. So, you're looking for passage down the river?
Yes, ma'am.
Going to the wave?
Yes.
On our way to Thunder's Edge.
Lord and mighty, what are you doing down there?
Nothing good.
A little bit of that.
Some
Well-
housekeeping.
I'm sad to say that we don't actually go down that way. Not close enough to make it worth your while anyway.
Right.
I think we're gonna go overland from Costas.
Huh. Well, that's probably the fastest. Well, I don't know about you, and she points to Tasha, but I know about you three, and if she's traveling with you, I expect she's about as fierce as you are.
I have my moments.
We've been having quite a bit more bandit trouble.
That's what Yarla said.
They don't know when to give up, do they?
No. And I'd like to say that we were undefeated, but that's not the case.
Mm.
Over the last
Well,
3 months, we've actually lost 2 shipments.
Ooh.
We've stopped
That's
going
not-
to shore to sleep.
Oh.
We anchor in the river. We sleep there. Since we've been doing that, they haven't been managed to get us. They've tried, but the Sprite can outrun them.
Well, we'll be happy to help keep watch.
Then consider yourselves part of the crew.
I already did.
Thank
Zorith
you.
will be so happy to hear that.
So I'm told. I hear you've been giving her a hard time.
Not me. A couple of the crew. And you see both Yarla and Barnaby immediately, they've been kind of watching this, immediately go back to, carrying the cargo on board. Yes, they think it's funny. And I'll admit, I expect it actually bothered Sigrith first couple times. Now she doesn't pay it any mind. At least not as I can tell. But
Well.
I'm not quite sure how she's going to react actually seeing you back on board. I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Long as she doesn't forget our first rule, her and I don't really much care.
What's the first rule?
First rule.
Lightning she saves for the ship. She can throw any other spell she wants at whoever she wants. But the lightning she saves for the sprite.
Well, maybe not throw fire around the sprite either.
Well, the good news is, if something does catch on fire, we're really not far from water.
Very true.
Yep. All right. Well, we've probably got another 20 minutes or so loading to get done. So if you got anything you need to do in town before we leave, I'd suggest you do it quick.
20 minutes?
Aye.
Kind of wrapped up everything, haven't
Yeah,
we?
I'm all set, so I'll go back to helping them load stuff.
Is there a spell component shop close by? Or is that the only one is...
Not terribly far. You could probably get to the sigil and back in 20 minutes.
And back?
Yeah. If you jog.
I'm going to hustle my way over to the sigil.
All right.
I go down and look for what's her name?
Sigrith?
Zorith.
Good luck with that.
All right. We will get back to that, Arimynn. All right. So, Zorith, you jog your way into town. You know that you just have to go, to the street just on the other side of the Theranox Talon and go down that way, and you'll find the mysterious sigil.
I kind of throw open the door accidentally. Like, wider than I should.
Ah. You see Shannarla look up from what she's working on at the counter, and you see her hand come up from under the counter, and she's got a wand in it.
Sorry. Super fast, super busy, super late.
I understand.
Do you have any Eye of Newt?
Of course.
I'm 95% sure that's what it is. Make sure. Petrified Eye of a Newt.
Petrified. I'm not entirely sure. Let me go check. So she...
And as she goes and checks, I'm like nervously back and forth on my feet.
She comes back out with a little metal box and says, "Yes, of course, I've got that. So, how much will you be needing?"
How many are in there? Is it powdered or is it... I've never done this spell before.
Oh, what are you casting?
It's actually called, or would I even know? Do they even have names like that, or would I just know that it's...
Yeah, you know what it's called.
It's a new spell I've learned called Hex.
Oh. Yes, that's a very powerful spell if used correctly.
We're going up the river to Costed's Way, so they've been having bandits.
Oh. Yes. Well, I imagine this would be a very good spell for you then. Let's see. I've got. If I remember the amount necessary for casting, I would say I've probably got enough for 10.
I will take it.
All right. Let's say an even gold for each casting. So
10 gold it is.
10 gold pieces. I'll just give you the box. That way you'll be able to keep it. Especially if you're traveling by river. The dehydrated don't react well to water.
Correct.
Then they become hydrated and they don't work.
Right. Well, that is amazing, and I hand her 10 gold.
Well, good luck.
Thank you. I hope it works out for us.
I do as
See you
well.
again, I hope.
Safe journey.
Thank you. And I walk out and hustle my butt back as fast as I can. This time I will be like double timing it.
All right.
Probably arrive out of breath.
Okay. All right. Arimynn. You don't see her anywhere on deck or up on the captain's platform.
Yeah, I go down to the engine room
Okay.
where she does her thing.
All right. Well, you know that in order to get there, you enter the wheelhouse, and then you go through the door at the back of the wheelhouse,
Okay.
which is probably the as you open the door, you see the chamber beyond is not large by any stretch, and there is an immense metal pillar attached to 2 pulleys, and the pulleys have cords leading out to the paddle wheel, you assume. And in the center, right in front of that metal rod, is a rather large chunk of blue-black rock that is currently humming and sparking slightly. And as you open the door, you watch as Sigrith casts a spell, and raw electricity leaps from her hand and is absorbed by the rock.
Well, I won't disturb her while she's casting, but when she's finished. Hello, Sigrith. Thought I would warn you that I was on board again myself.
I'm thrilled. Why?
Well, we're actually going back to, well, we got a long trip, so this is the first leg of it. And you guys happen to be the ones here. They've been telling me about how they've been giving you a lot of ribbing about me. I'm sorry. That was never my intention.
It's fine.
Well, I don't see it that way. I don't think it's very
Nice.
Anyway, I just wanted to let you know so that you didn't get caught off guard when they came down and started piling on you again.
Make a persuasion check. And you may add your notoriety to that.
Okay, and it's what, 2?
Yes.
4?
2?
2.
Okay, so 19.
She actually turns her whole body and faces you.
Ooh.
And kind of cocks her head a little bit and says, "Thank you."
You're welcome. And I turn around and go back up top.
All right. Yeah. Tasha, you've noticed that you've seen riverboats before. The army has them.
Mm-hmm.
This one is radically different. There are no portals for oars. There are no masts for sails. What there is this massive what looks almost like a hollow barrel with wooden planks painted red sticking out of it, almost like a wind vane, but different. It's make a history check.
Well,
Actually, you can make this with advantage given what part of the army you're in.
okay. Oh, that means I can roll twice,
Yep,
right?
that it does.
Okay. Sorry. 17.
Something clicks in your head and you go, oh. You've heard your commanding officer talk about wanting to get their hands on the propulsion unit from the Sprite. But you didn't know what that meant at the time. It just clicked and you put two and two together. That the army must be interested in acquiring whatever means of propulsion this particular craft has. It's unique in all of Aecathan.
Cool. So, I don't know, I just kind of stand off to the side so I'm out of the way and just look at what's going on.
Okay, well, you see Marrow and Barnaby and Iarla tying down all the stuff that they've loaded. You see Captain Yerobi up. The way the Sprite is set up, there's a large foredeck, which is where they put most of the cargo. There's a walkway back to the back of the ship that runs beside a large cabin with a door over on the right-hand side of the ship, the starboard side. And on top of the cabin, there is a platform, which is where you see a large, rather traditional-looking ship's wheel and the captain.
Okay. So I make a mental note of everything that I see so that I can report on it later.
Okay. All right. The captain says, "Ready? Right. Everybody cast off. Here we go."
Have I arrived?
Hmm?
Have I arrived?
You come running up just at that moment.
Whoa!
And you see
Barely made it.
Iarla pause in untying the front rope, and she's like, "Come on, hurry up." You jump on, and she pulls the rope off. Fore clear. Aft clear. And you hear a hum begin to emerge from the rear of the ship. And you hear and the boat begins to move backwards away from the dock out into the river. And Tasha, you kind of look back, and those red wooden planks are now spinning counterclockwise. Or no, I guess they'd be spinning clockwise, pulling the ship back. And then the captain rather expertly pivots the ship, at which point it stops. You see her reach over and do something with her hands, and then the wheels come to a stop momentarily, and then they start rotating the other direction. And the Clever Sprite begins to navigate down the river.
I'm excited.
And you've been on ships before, traveling the river and out in the ocean. And you've sailed down the coast, so you have a good idea of what type of speed you get out of a sailing ship. This one's moving probably twice as fast as a ship at full sail. And you start to understand why the army might be interested in whatever's propelling this ship.
Intriguing. So I sit down next to Zorith and I say, do you know how all of this works?
Yes. There is a priest downstairs, I'm assuming.
A priest?
Isn't she a priest?
She's a wizard.
Oh, she's a wizard. Oh,
She's a bit.
Sigrid is a
lightning.
wizard. Yes.
There's someone downstairs, would be Sigrid.
Oh, the girlfriend. Got it.
And she's downstairs making sure the boat goes. I don't know exactly how, but she definitely makes it go.
With the wiggle fingers?
Yes, I imagine so. She would be the engineer, technically. I know this is a unique vessel. That's all I know. That gets us to where we need to go.
Cool.
And you've noticed right away that the captain seems familiar with the other three. Like they've met before.
The captain is familiar with the rest of the group?
Yep.
Well, yeah. I mean, I figured that. So,
I think, how many donuts did we have at the house? We had still a bunch left, right?
Yeah, probably just slightly under a dozen.
Okay, I would have grabbed those.
of course.
Because, they just go stale and yucky at the house.
Right?
So I take a donut out for everybody. And I start passing them out. And then I'll go up to the captain and I'll, not shyly, but like hesitantly say, would you like a donut?
Are those, by any chance, from the Tharanox Talon?
They are.
Oh, I would absolutely like a donut, please.
And I hand her a donut and I ask her if I could go down and give one to Sigrid.
Well, you're welcome to make the offer.
Okay. And I'll walk down the stairs and pass them out to Barnaby, Arla, Miro.
They are very happy. This is a delicacy they don't get often.
And then I will tentatively go downstairs.
Okay. Well, you walk into the main cabin and you see Sigrid seated at a table, and she's intently reading a book.
Oh. Oh. You don't have to focus on the boat the whole trip. That's good.
And she looks up and looks at you and, let's see, does she remember you? Oh, yes. And she relaxes a little bit. And she half smiles and says, no, I just have to immediately relearn the spell so that I can keep the charge up.
Oh my. That's an expensive spell, or quite elaborate.
Well, it works, and the captain pays me well.
Well, we're grateful that it does. We need to go to Costed's Way before the second part of our trip. I brought a donut. Would you like a donut?
Talon donut?
Yes?
Sure.
And I hand her a donut.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This will make studying a little less dull.
I reach into my bag and I grab another one and I just put it on the table and then I turn around and walk out.
Okay.
And then I just go join everybody else on deck.
All right. Arimynn, Aribell, what are you doing during the first day?
I'm sitting at the stern of the ship, just sitting back on the deck, looking out the back, watching the propellers, and
All right.
sort of enjoying the day.
Which side of the ship are you on? The right side or the left side?
Left, port side.
Okay.
Well, if he's going to be... Oh, go ahead.
If he's alone, I'm going to walk up to talk to him.
Okay.
Hi, Aribell.
Hi, Arimynn. How are you doing?
Great.
This is a little awkward, but has Zorith talked to you about the conversation we had on our trip south?
Haven't had a chance.
No.
Pretend that he knows nothing.
No, he does know nothing. I haven't said anything. I haven't had the chance.
And she was putting some things away, I guess, at the house and found some boxes I had in storage and had some questions. And I thought it's not really a secret, but that I would tell you to save her the uncomfortable conversation because I'm sure she'd want to tell you. She found some boxes of children's toys and asked me about them.
Yeah, she's nosy that way.
They belonged to my children.
You have children?
I did.
I see.
They and my husband were killed at Dark Coast Keep during one of the incursions there.
Well, that seems horrible.
It is.
Well, I sympathize. I
But
have my condolences. Believe me, we've had our own losses.
she was, I think, immediately regretted asking and shouldn't take my reassurance that it was okay.
Well, I'm sure it's not okay, but I understand that you're at a better place.
Well, I meant okay that she asked, not.
Oh, I see.
Yes, it's been less than a year. It's still hard. But my faith got me through eventually.
At least it's good for something.
I just thought you should know.
I appreciate that.
I'll leave you to your sightseeing. I'll go sit down next to Tasha.
Do I overhear this conversation?
No, because you're up on the foredeck with everybody else.
Okay.
And they're all the way at the other end of the ship.
Okay. I say, it's actually a nice ride.
I think the magic propulsion makes it much smoother than wind or oars.
I think you might be right.
when I finish delivering donuts to everybody, I go around to our group and I ask if anybody wants donuts.
Duh.
I had 2, and then I had the extra. You said just under a dozen? Yeah, that should be enough for everybody.
I'm fine. I had that breakfast sandwich. That was enough sweet for me for the morning.
I hand one to Tasha, and then I look for my brother, and then I walk back to find him.
Because donuts make everything better.
They do, and I tap him on the shoulder and I say, "Donut."
Donut what?
Sure.
And I hand him a donut, and then I
break it in half and hand her the other half.
I eat the other half. And then I'm going to clap him on the shoulder twice, and then I'm going to go take the opposite side, staring out the back.
Oh yeah, I
Telling me
am.
about Zorith or about Aribell.
How far apart are we on the ship?
I think he's saying he says this before you walk off.
Oh, he says it before I walk off? What did you say?
I said, thanks for telling me about what happened to Aribell. She had to come and relive it again to tell me about it.
And immediately I'm crestfallen.
Oh, you're horrible. Oh, you're a horrible person.
And
I'm chuckling it.
I didn't have time to tell you. We really haven't had a chance to.
How does she take you seriously? I swear.
It's all right.
Then I awkwardly walk away and go sit down on the other side.
So awkward.
I am awkward about this conversation.
Just lean back and close my eyes with a smirk.
All right.
I will actually watch.
That's what I was going to ask. Who's actually watching?
I am.
What are you watching?
Well, she's got
Are you watching the skies? Are you watching the water? Are you watching the shore? If so, which shore?
There will also be bridges, just to let you know.
I'm watching the water and the shore to the right. I don't know anything about boats.
Harvard.
Yeah, that.
Harvard.
When I look out the port side,
That's
I like Harvard.
more letters.
All right. So everybody who's actually watching, make a perception check, please.
A what?
A perception check, please.
Okay. 23.
18.
13.
All right. Those of you watching the water, nothing out of the ordinary. You see no rocks or logs or anything that might impede the progress of the ship. Those of you watching the shore, you see the occasional small animal, but nothing else catches your eye.
Good. If I'm watching just from behind, I assume I'm gonna every once in a while probably like doze in and out, like keep my eyes open but nod off for like a half a second and wake back up real quick.
Well, in an odd way, between the hum and the constant beat of the rotor, it's actually a little soothing once you get used to it.
Right.
And you're already used to it, so
Sorry.
Yep. All right. So, you travel for the rest of the day.
Ooh, I like quick travel.
Get back to my thing here.
Oh, is that our little boat?
Yes, it is.
I can see it.
And you reach about here.
Oh, it's so little.
It's so cute.
When the captain says, "All right, full stop, drop the anchor, we're going to set up here for the evening."
I see what I can do to help. Because last time we made like a fire and did all the things.
Right.
I'll ask what they do now that they're on the boat for dinner and stuff.
Casimiro says, "Well, that's what we've had to sacrifice. We don't necessarily get warm meals on board anymore. But, we do all right. No one starves. And, we usually bed down on the foredeck when it's nice, or in the cabin if it's raining. But it's nice out tonight, so you're welcome to bed down either place. Be entirely up to you."
Do you guys take watch? Do we need to help take watch?
Oh, well, you don't have to, but I'm sure it would be appreciated. Give the crew someone to talk to when they're on theirs.
Yeah, we'll take turns.
Yeah.
Should get a big metal cauldron to build the fire in, and then you could cook.
How do we keep the heat from getting to the planking?
Maybe some crossbars? To think about.
Hmm.
There's got to be a way.
Aye, well,
Sus-
if you can
I
figure
guess-
it out, I'm definitely interested.
Maybe you could hang it. Like have a suspended from chains.
That's a thought.
And then just put a grate over it for cooking.
I will definitely keep it in mind the next time we make port in the wave. See if maybe we can jury rig something like that. I think everybody'd be happier with a hot meal. All right. So, the first watch is Iarla's. And they do 3-hour shifts.
Okay.
I'll take first watch.
All right.
I'll take second.
Okay.
I will take part of the second watch and the last.
Okay.
Because I only need 4 hours, so.
Right. All right. Well, so it starts off, it's just Zorith and Iarla.
Do I need to roll anything?
Yes, perception check.
16.
And Iarla got a 15. The time passes fairly uneventfully.
In low tones, I ask her about the trips and the bandits. Just like chit chat, but do the bandits always come at a specific spot in the river?
I wish they did, but no, they don't.
At least they're not. At least they're not jumping down from bridges anymore.
Although, they always come from the southern shore.
The southern shore?
Yeah. I don't think they've ever attacked from the north shore. But if I was them, I'd probably be doing that just so we get used to it and then attack from the north shore.
Hopefully they're not as smart as you.
Yeah.
Same kind of numbers?
For the most part. One time, they started shooting crossbows from the shore, and then a bunch of them jumped in and tried to swim after us.
Wow, they're not very smart.
Yeah. They're not going to catch the Sprite. Captain just said, hoist the anchor, full speed ahead, and had to patch a few holes in the side. But other than that, they didn't get anything from us that trip.
Did they attack at night?
Sometimes. Sometimes it's during the day. Again, there's really nothing that's the same. Well, except that they're always, like, shooting crossbows at us.
Okay.
But that and the South Shore.
Good to know.
So, how do you know Aribell?
Oh. Well, that's actually kind of a funny story. We met. Well,
Yeah.
I am a sorcerer and I went to school and I had a mentor. And one day my mentor contacted me and said that he'd had a vision where my brother and I would meet up with a third person and we would kind of go exploring and do things. And we went to the place where he had seen the vision at, and she was there already. And she was one looking for two, and we were two looking for one. And then we've kind of been adventuring since then.
That's a little spooky. But, I don't know. She and my uncle do all that god stuff.
Yeah, she does do a lot of god stuff.
I don't really get it. But it makes him happy. And, he seems to like her. So, that immediately told me she was okay.
Yeah, her faith sees her through. And my faith is rooted much closer to home.
Yep, I know what you mean. My faith is rooted in my hands.
Oh.
They can pick stuff up, they can put stuff down, they can throw stuff, they can shoot a crossbow, they can wield a dagger.
That's a very good place to have your faith in those things that will keep you safe.
Yep.
My faith is rooted in my brother.
That makes sense. If my brother was traveling with me, I'd have a lot of faith in him too.
We're pretty tight.
Yeah. Of course, my brother can't really walk yet.
Oh, is he little?
Very.
So it's gonna be.
Baby gnome.
What?
I said, how little is a baby gnome?
Depends on how old. When they're born, they're about 7 inches. Yeah.
Holy Thumbelina!
Well, thank goodness.
Wow.
Mama gnome's happy. Like a little baby doll.
And then while we're watching, I just kind of tell her about our Theranok adventure. Just the basics.
You see her, she's listening to the story, and then at one point she looks and she goes, "That was you? We heard the story."
Yes, that was us.
Wow. You guys did really good.
Thanks.
I guess the guy that runs that place is supposed to be really nasty.
He is difficult, yes. In telling that story, I would not have made a big deal about any of that. Just, we got the Theranok, we took him back to him, we had little baby eggs, and then that just kind of general. So, yeah, that was us.
So, you guys are rich now, right? 'Cause I heard you fleeced him for like 1,000 platinum.
Wow. I wish we had. That is definitely, the amount gets bigger and bigger from whom I hear it from. We only got about 300 gold split between us, so we did all right.
I heard it was 1,000 platinum.
Don't believe everything you hear.
Apparently not. All right. I think she looks up at the sky. Yeah, I think we're about done. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go wake up Barnaby.
Excellent. And I'll stay on for that next hour.
Okay.
I'll do 3, and then and then I'll go wake up my brother when it's time for that.
All right.
Hello?
Oh, Tasha. I'll wake up Tasha now then.
All right. So Yarla goes and wakes up Barnaby, who kind of goes. You see, he kind of like leans over the edge and long arms scoops up some water and splashes himself in the face. Stands up, water's dripping. He's like, "I hate middle shift." He walks over and plops his rump down on one of the barrels and starts looking around.
I wake up Tasha. I didn't know if I said that already, but...
Yeah, well, after the first hour.
Oh, right.
So you've got an hour there with Barnaby if you want to talk to him.
I don't know too much about Barnaby. He did say he's from Arimynn.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever get home to see your? Do you have family? Do you ever get home to see your family?
Yeah. My mom
I was
lives
just
in
wondering.
Irma still.
I was just wondering how often you get to stay in Irma to see them.
A few times a year.
That's nice.
We don't always turn right around, head back out. Sometimes we get a layover. I go home.
Nice. And then I just kind of like trail off and just keep an eye out.
All right. Roll
Do I
for
need to roll again?
Barnaby. Nope. Just rolling for Barnaby. Okay. All right. So, hour passes. You go wake up Tasha.
I do wake up Tasha.
It's his time.
It is time.
Okay.
Um,
I'm up.
the bandits seem to come from the South Shore.
Always?
Almost always.
Okay.
But if they get wise, they could come from the North Shore. But just keep an eye open. And then I go to lay down.
All right. Well, Tasha, you see the half-orc sitting up on one of the barrels, just kind of looking around.
I position myself so that I can look at the South Shore, and I do so.
Okay. All right, make a perception check, please.
Okay. 20.
20.
Dirty 20.
The moon is out. It's about half full, so there's some light.
Okay.
And you, as you're watching the South Shore, you spot what you think looks like a lone figure just slowly walking kind of parallel to the river, but quite far out. I mean, you almost didn't see him. You keep your eye on him, and he eventually walks out of sight. Doesn't ever seem to turn toward the river.
Okay.
But there's something about the way he was walking reminds you of somebody that's under some sort of influence that makes them walk much more slowly and like with a lack of coordination.
Like a zombie?
Yeah, just like that.
Really?
But like I said, way far out, came into the very edge of your vision and then walked out of it on the other side.
Okay. I continue to watch that side.
All right. All right. How long do you stay up?
By shift. So, what was that, like 3 hours or something?
Well, they're on 3-hour watches. You all usually take 2 hours.
Okay. Well, I get Arimynn after 2 hours,
Okay.
but after seeing a zombie, I stay awake for another hour.
Okay.
Barnaby changes too, right? Because he did an hour with Zori and 2 with Tasha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I tell Arimynn that I'm pretty sure I saw a zombie.
Can zombies swim?
You don't know.
Well, they don't have to breathe, so they could just walk out, right?
Suppose so. All right. Well, something else to keep our eye out for.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, Barnaby gets up at a certain point, goes and sits down next to Marrow, kind of, hey, hey. And Marrow, like, rolls over and sits up, looks at Barnaby and goes, good morning. And Barnaby just goes, goes over, lays down, and goes back to sleep. Marrow walks back toward the front of the ship, kind of chuckling under his breath. Sits down and looks at Arimynn, says, there's nothing quite so much fun as annoying him simply by being civil.
Yes, but
That I go to sleep.
Okay.
being civil for the sake of annoying can be very annoying.
Of course. But my mentor told me, choose your battles wisely and you will fight less often.
I have to agree with that.
And I know that he despises midshift. So I know he is not going to stay awake any longer than he must, so anything I say will simply get a response and he will go to sleep.
Well, seems he chooses his battles as well.
Yes. And I look forward to the day when the captain tells Sigrith that she may ignore our first rule. And she will deal with Barnaby.
Well, you guys really should ease off of that.
I have been telling them that it is unkind and it is inappropriate. I think perhaps I am getting through to Iarla. On the other hand, saying such things to Barnaby simply eggs him on more. He and Sigrith have a casual hate-hate relationship.
Charming.
They don't seem to care for each other at all. But they work together. So it doesn't get out of hand. Captain sees to that.
She's not as bad as she... Well, she is as bad as she comes across, but there's more to her than just the curmudgeon, I think.
You are correct. We have actually spoken a time or two when she was feeling lonesome. I pride myself on being a good listener. And I have listened.
Well, I have a tendency to talk too much sometimes. One of my shortcomings. But
I am on a vessel with Iarla. I am well acquainted with this phenomenon.
so you're a druid, correct?
That is
So you
correct.
don't follow or serve any gods, right?
Oh, yes. Quisva.
Oh. Oh, well. I had hopes.
The mother of all nature. She who maintains the balance between flora and fauna and sees that the cycle of birth, life, and death continues.
Well, she's doing a marvelous job of that.
Yes, she is.
There's a lot of death these days.
Yes, that, unfortunately, she has little sway over.
Mm.
Her realm is the natural cycle. Death through old age, or being prey to another creature that they may live.
What, if anything, do you think you can tell me concerning causing death in someone else prematurely?
Well, there are many things in nature that are known to be lethal to most life forms. Most
Yeah,
animal forms, of course.
of course, but they're doing it out of a necessity for survival, and it's natural.
Yes.
I mean, I've taken lives of other people for survival and out of necessity, but it's still killing someone.
You do...
It bothers me.
And it is good that it does, actually. When it stops bothering you, that is when you should worry. There are situations in nature where things like this occur. Wolves fighting to see who will lead the pack. Apes sparring over a potential mate. There are some species where death is part of the mating cycle. But usually, you see that response in animals that are defending their pack or their young or their mate. That I understand. When you found yourself in these situations, were you defending anyone other than yourself?
Of course.
Then you were doing as nature intended. If someone attacks, if you can run, run. If you can't, then you have to fight. For not to fight is to surrender, and that is also, of course, a choice. But not a choice many would make. The struggle for life is savage, but deeply rooted in practically every species I've ever encountered.
Well, I do what I must.
As do we all.
But it is difficult for me. However, speaking of death, Tasha told me that she had spotted what may have been a zombie strolling on the shores a while back. We should
north or south?
South, I believe.
That would not be the only sighting.
Well,
it seems some sort of unnatural energy is at work in the plains.
Tell me about it. We ran into a couple of them south of Armagh.
I see. Not anyone you knew, I hope.
Not us personally, but it was someone familiar to the wagoneers that were taking us. They apparently were from Armagh as well, so.
That's worse. It's always difficult to lose someone, but then to see them so perverted.
Yes.
I know next to nothing about that. It's not something that the followers of Quisva ever have any part in. It's unnatural. It goes against everything we believe in.
Yes. I was going to say, it doesn't sound like it would be remotely in the same ballpark as
It perverts
natural.
the natural cycle.
Well, we should definitely be vigilant just in case.
We have been. It strikes me that this negative energy may not be the only thing coming from the plains. The bandits have been improving. Someone is guiding them. Someone is suggesting strategies, it seems. Although some of them are not well thought out, a couple have been. And we have lost cargo.
So, on the trip where we ran into the two zombies, we were headed on the merchant road south of Armagh because of bandit raids.
Oh.
And we tracked down and shut down a cell of these bandits. And we did find out they are, in fact, in league with someone who is of more prominence. A woman who wears robes with a companion who is large and a warrior type.
I was unaware that the trade routes were also suffering.
Well, it's been stifled for now, but I hazard a guess that it isn't over.
This is something you should pass along to Captain. She will want to know this as well. Well, it looks like the cycle is almost complete, and the sun is preparing to rise.
My favorite part of the day.
Mine as well. It's the symbol of a new beginning, a new chance. Another day opens before you.
I don't take it for granted. Spent my entire life, me and my sister, surviving day by day. And every time a new day comes, it's another time that we've accomplished something.
Indeed. The cycle resets, and all the possibilities in the world stretch before all of us at the start of every new day. I've enjoyed talking with you. I will be honest, I didn't know if I would.
I get that a lot.
Well, let's wake everyone and
Yes,
get
I'll
moving.
let your captain know.
All right. So, Marrow goes and wakes up Barnaby and Iarla, knocks on the cabin door, and you see the captain sitting up. She apparently slept up by the wheel. And she sits up and kind of stretches and looks around and goes, I think it's going to rain. Well, that's fine. Won't kill us to get a little wet. She looks down and sees her 3 deckhands up and moving, and then she kind of cocks her head. I was going to say, Arimynn, you're the only one of this group awake yet, so go ahead and make a perception check.
I'm probably praying, but I'm concentrating on that.
Perception. 3. 20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You see her cock her head, and then you hear the sound of electricity coming from inside the cabin. And the captain just kind of smiles and begins to stretch a little bit. All right. So, Arimynn, do you wake everybody else?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, you awaken, refreshed. The one thing about sleeping on deck is it's even. There are no rocks. There are no grooves to slip into and throw your back out in the middle of the night. So, a little stiff, but for the most part, it was a pleasant night. Gently rocking on the water.
Stretch. Chainmail kind of clanks.
I tell my brother about the South Shore and the bandits. I wasn't sure if he had heard it.
Kind of pat her on the shoulder and say, yeah, wait till you hear about the zombies. Then walk up towards where the captain is.
And I just stare after him.
We'll follow Arimynn if we hear that. I was interested in hearing about undead.
All right. Well, there's a very narrow staircase that leads up to the top of the cabin.
All right. Throw myself up there.
Carefully follow me.
I guess I should go too.
Okay. Well,
So,
all right. Welcome to the wheelhouse. We'll be underway shortly.
when you get a free minute, I would like to have a discussion with you, something that was discussed last night about one of our encounters that you may be interested in concerning the bandits.
Well, it usually takes a few minutes for Mara to get the charge back up, so I've got time.
Okay, so he tells her the story of the trade routes, bandits, and what they found.
Well, that's not good at all.
No, it wasn't.
And I tell her about our encounter with the zombies and the fact that I saw one last night.
Well, that puts that story to bed, I guess. We've seen figures moving here and there, but we never knew. Now we know. They don't ever seem to come to the water.
That's good.
Well, they just sink anyway.
One can only hope.
I would imagine they probably do.
They don't have to breathe, so who knows?
Of course, they could probably walk across the bottom of the river and show up on the other side.
Yes.
Something to be extra watchful for, I guess. But now we know exactly what we're looking for instead of just guessing. That's better.
I like zombies.
Can't say I'm a big fan of them either. Never seen one used for a good reason.
Indeed.
So anyway, we thought that it would be a good idea. You knew about what was happening with the bandits.
Aye. That answers another question, puts another story to bed. Now we know they are receiving help from someone.
When we get back, perhaps we should investigate that.
Somebody should definitely look into it. Not sure who, though. Like, who would you tell? I don't know. Maybe when we get to the wave, you can get a message out to the Sanctum.
Yeah.
If it's undead, that seems like that might be, their neck of the woods.
True.
I'll send a message to Father Delbus and let him know.
All right.
Maybe something besides sand.
Well, we should probably get back moving. Sooner we get going, sooner we get there. Knowing all this, I'm happier than ever that this ship moves like someone's chasing it.
Just in case they are.
Aye. Well, I'm betting that somebody told you about the swimmers.
Yeah.
That was almost funny.
Well,
Don't know what they were thinking. We're the fastest ship on the river and they thought they could swim after us? Well, they say not every plan's a good one.
Indeed.
All right. Go down and get you something to eat, something to drink. At least we've got coffee. And it'll be warm thanks to Merrow.
Levi will. He leaps down off of the deck off of the thing onto the deck.
All right. Make either acrobatics or athletics, whichever you'd prefer. But make that check.
All right. How about a 25?
And which did you roll, athletics or acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
All right. So you just sort of walk to the edge, put one hand on the railing, and casually just lift your whole body up and flip and drop down. And you land and you look up and you're looking right at Zorith, who's just walked out of the cabin.
Ooh.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't know you was going to be there.
I was unaware that you could do that.
Yeah, well. We all got to be able to do something, I guess.
She raises an eyebrow and just kind of walks past you.
I go in and grab some coffee.
All right.
Tell me it's warm, Meryl. Tell me it's warm.
No, it's not warm. It's hot.
Pour myself a cup. Have a seat.
That, at least I can manage. A little druid craft on each cup. And steaming hot coffee.
It's a gift.
Follow Arimynn down by going down the stairs the normal way.
Same.
Aribell, as you walk down the stairs, you see that Zorith is standing right by him and just cocks an eyebrow and walks past him toward the front of the ship.
Walk down below to get something to eat.
They have relatively fresh bread, since they're only a day out from port. Some cheese, a little bit of fruit, and the coffee.
Get some of each and sit down.
All right.
I come down and I go, coffee. Coffee good.
And it's very good.
You walk into the cabin, Tasha, and you see Marrow holding a clay mug, like a fired clay mug, and you watch his hands glow just the slightest bit green, and you see steam begin to rise from the contents of the cup. And then he just holds it out to you.
Bless you.
Simple gifts.
And I grab some fruit and I sit down.
All right. Well, before you're done eating, you hear that. Actually, this time, Zorith, are you in there now too?
No, I was gonna eat a donut, my last donut, and sit out on the back.
Okay. All right. Well, all of you hear this loud hum begin. It's coming from the door that leads to the back of the ship. And you feel the sprite begin to move down the river again.
Ooh, cool.
So. All right. So, welcome to day 2. Something I should mention just for everyone watching, I forgot to mention at the end of the last session, but the group did level. So they are now 4th level.
Yes.
We did talk about rolling hit points. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
But just making sure that everybody knows.
I still don't know how to add my hit points, though.
Get you a break.
Okay.
Just know you have more than it says.
I do.
Right. All
I
right.
have other things up too.
6 more.
Seven more.
Mm.
Ooh.
Because my con is 13.
Better than 8.
Yes.
8 would be a -1.
Ugh.
Yeah, we don't play like that. We're spoiled.
Yeah, if you have a minus penalty to your hit points, you shouldn't be adventuring.
I don't think you lose them. I think if you have a negative con, you just don't get any bonus, right?
Wrong.
Oh, it does subtract?
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was the
Nope.
thing.
Stay home.
Yeah. Constitution represents hardiness.
Right.
And if you have a negative con,
You ain't hardy.
no.
You're frail.
Mm-hmm. You sickly.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So, travel on throughout the day.
What's the weather like?
It's cloudy, and you can actually see occasionally rain sweeping over the plains to the south.
What are you laughing?
Did you break your background?
I didn't.
Okay.
Did you have help?
Always.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have
I
to-
figured.
yeah.
Big doggo woes.
All right.
Well, that moves.
When I finish the coffee, I go see what I can do to help around the ship.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Same.
There's really not a lot to do while the ship is in motion. Sigrith handles the propulsion and the captain handles the steering. Everyone else is pretty much just on lookout. Most of what they do is loading and unloading when they get to port. So, about mid-afternoon, one of the rain squalls actually crosses the river. And
Uh-oh.
nope, we're here.
Okay.
Yep, about mid-afternoon, one of the rain squalls actually crosses over the river, and the trip gets a little choppy for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Not terrible, but it does make sitting out on the deck a little bit less pleasant. So, Aribell, where
Yes.
are you?
I had said I was gonna go out and see if there was anything that needed to be done. If there's not any work, then probably sit where Tasha and I were sitting the day before.
Okay.
I'll go sit with her.
All right. About a few minutes after the rain has started, you hear a familiar voice in your head. Aribell. Child, it's Father Dilbus. I see you're headed for Costed's Wave. Good. There is something that needs doing. I will meet you there. Be well.
I look forward to seeing you.
All right. Yeah, Tasha, you are sitting with her, and out of a silence, she says, I look forward to seeing you.
And she's smiling.
I'm right here.
Oh, sorry, I was talking to someone. And she laughs. Not in a crazy way. My mentor was sending me a message.
Oh, okay. And then I just kind of give her side eye, like,
Do I see Yarla anywhere?
Yeah. Yeah, she's kind of, hunkered down on the other side. She's sitting almost at the very front of the ship.
Oh.
She got her cloak on and her hood up, and she's, just keeping watch.
Okay. So she's not close by.
No.
Okay.
No, she's probably 10, 12 feet away. The rain comes to an end after about an hour. And slowly, the river settles down. What's everybody doing?
I'm watching the southern shore.
Okay.
I'm watching out the back. I don't remember which side I was on.
Yeah.
You
Watching
were
the
on
south.
you were on the right-hand side because Arimynn was on the left-hand side.
So the left would be the south, right?
Yes.
Well, once it stops raining, I'll walk out to the deck and just kind of look around.
All right. Everybody make a perception. Everybody make a perception check for me.
Oh, 22.
23.
I think I got 23 as well. Hold on. Perception, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, 23.
21.
All right. Everything seems to be going back to normal. You can see about 3/4 of a mile off. You can see the second of the 3 bridges you'll cross under before you get to Costed's Wave. And all of a sudden it gets very quiet. And the boat slows. And you go, where's the hum?
I
look at the captain.
She looks very confused.
I'm going to start
doing something with her
scanning
hand.
the shores and the bridge up ahead.
All right. The bridge is probably half mile ahead still.
Okay.
When the boat has pretty much come to a stop and has actually started drifting backwards slightly because that's the current.
Uh-oh.
Everybody who's watching, make another perception check.
Not
24.
15.
19.
26.
Right around the time that all of you see movement on the southern shore, you hear Marrow yell, "Movement south shore!" At the same time, the captain goes, "Damn it! We're under attack!" And you see a robed figure. And you see what look to be several prone humanoids that are laying on the ground like this with crossbows.
So, I have a question.
Yeah.
Inside the cabin, or in the inside of the ship, are there any portholes or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Is there anything on the decks that I can get behind?
Sure. There's a whole stack of crates up on the front.
All right. That's where I will go.
As you're taking this in, you hear a yell, like many voices yelling, shouting, and you see another group run out from the shore and begin to run across the top of the water.
The heck?
Everybody roll
shit.
initiative.
Eh,
Good lord.
that was crappy.
Yeah. Not as bad as mine, I'm betting.
All right.
We'll see.
Hold on a moment. I got to pull up another file. I have to pull up the right file. All right. You'll have to bear with me. I have a lot of people to roll initiative for.
Great.
Doesn't sound good.
Well, I have to row for the crew, too. So,
It's a little better, but
Anyhow, what about that lively music we're hearing? No, I'm just kidding.
ah ha ha. I see what you did there.
Awkward silence is awkward.
All right, almost done.
That's what she
Okay. Arimynn.
21.
Zorith.
7.
Tasha.
23.
Aribell.
9.
Close.
I know.
All right. So, up first, to no one's surprise, Tasha.
How far away are the ones that are walking across the water?
Well, you know what? How about I show you?
Yay!
Ooh.
Ooh, fancy.
It'll take me a second to resize it, but
That's what she said. Oh.
Careful.
On that side.
Where's Ruby Love?
That's you. I'm guessing here.
all right.
Was I still in the back?
I need to,
We need to move ourselves, right?
yes. Tasha, where were you?
Well, I was looking at the southern shore. So, they're coming from the southern shore, right?
So probably right about there.
Yeah.
Arimynn, I know you ran up here. Zorith, where are you?
I was probably still at the back.
Okay. And Aribell.
I was next to Tasha.
All right. So that's what you can see. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger.
Okay.
And still fit everything on the screen.
So that's like what? 20 feet away? Maybe?
Let's see. From you,
Mm-hmm.
the nearest one is about 35 feet.
Okay.
All of the ones that are out on the water are generally between 35 and 55 feet away. The one standing behind that front group are that he is probably, let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, but like 50 to 70 feet away, depending on where you are on the ship.
Okay.
And the crossbowmen on the shore
Mm-hmm.
are a ways away, even further than that, and the individual in the robes is the farthest away.
How far?
Let's see. From where you are,
Pretty far.
about 110 feet.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So the closest one's 35 feet away.
Yes.
All right. Fine. So I am going to use my crossbow, I guess, since that's
All right. What's the range on the crossbow?
I'm glad you asked that. It says 80 to 320.
Okay. So they're within range, so it's just a normal attack.
All right. 27 a hit?
That will hit.
No, wait, sorry. 25 to hit, sorry.
That will still hit.
Okay. And 8 points of damage to the guy closest to me.
All right. It strikes him in the left center of his chest and actually spins him slightly. And he just kind of stops and looks down like, crap. And then begins to lumber toward the ship. Let's see. Next up, let's see. Next up is Sigrith, who comes out of the door and moves past Aribell and Tasha to stand near the front of the boat. And casts Magic Missile. But at who, I don't quite yet know. Oh. Actually, she prepares Magic Missile and holds her action until the first of those on the water come within range. Arimynn.
Okay, I'm going to shoot the robed chick with my bow.
All right.
Well, I'm going to attempt to shoot the robed chick with my bow. Right, not bad, not bad. So 26.
26 will hit.
Right. 11 points of damage. And then I'm going to use my bonus action and hide behind the crates.
All right.
And use my reaction to set my bow and quiver down next to me and draw my two weapons.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Next up is Barnaby. Who immediately pulls a javelin from his back and hurls it at the same individual that Tasha hit. Yep. Still manages to connect. And looks like we've lost the network.
I still see you.
We're still here.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. Just apparently dropped off Twitch for a moment.
Yeah.
Oh.
Weird.
Barnaby hurls the javelin and manages to take the bandit right in the throat. And he drops to the ground, drops to the surface of the water, and is now laying on the surface of the water, unmoving.
That's one.
And he says, "Got one."
Yes, you did.
All right. Next up is the captain. You see her concentrate for a moment and then open her eyes. So, clearly she did something. Now, it's the gentleman who is slightly better dressed, standing behind that line of attackers on the water. It is his turn.
Is he an extremely large gentleman?
No.
Okay.
Not much bigger than the rest of his group. He pulls a dagger from his belt, flips it, and throws it at Captain Yerobi.
Ooh!
And you see it hit her, just embeds itself to the hilt in her left shoulder.
Ow!
Yeah. She hisses in pain. And let's see, that does how much damage? Too many dice. All right. All right. Next up is Marrow. Who begins casting a spell. All right. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, that's going to be a fail on that save.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is good.
Oh, okay.
You see him finish casting this spell, and you watch as this... I think it's... Yeah, this 5-foot cylinder of moonlight comes slamming down on the person in the robes in the back.
Ooh, fancy.
And you see that person, it's like they were shoved to their knees by the force of it, and their getting back to their feet very slowly. And you see that there are burns. Look like really, really horrible sunburn all over his exposed flesh.
Ooh. Gnarly.
Yep. Next up would be Iarla, who pulls out this crossbow that's almost as big as she is. And she moves out to the deck, props it on the railing, and fires. Natural 20.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah!
Woohoo!
All right, so, wow. All right. She aims at one of the crossbowmen, and the bolt takes him just beneath the solar plexus. And you see him kind of go, "Ah!" And blood starts to trickle from his mouth, and he kind of staggers back. He's still on his feet, but probably not for long. Which brings us to Aribell.
All right. I am going to take my amulet in my hand and cast Bless on Tasha, myself, and Arimynn.
Okay.
Zorith is out of range. Or add them with that.
Tell them what that does.
That's 1d4 to your attack rolls and saving throws.
So you roll the d20 and then you roll a d4 and add it. All right.
all right.
Now, unfortunately, it is the crossbowman's turn.
Remember, I have full cover.
Right. You see a bolt strike Barnaby. Strikes him in his left thigh, and you hear the sound of bone snapping.
Ooh.
And you see him, like, fall back. He's alive.
Who?
Barnaby.
Barnaby.
Oh no.
A bolt strikes the crate directly in front of Arimynn. A bolt goes whizzing past Marrow's head by about a foot. You see a bolt miss Sigrith by a hair's breadth.
Well, she's on deck?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
ran out.
She's behind you.
Okay.
You see a bolt strike Aribell. Actually pierces the armor
Oh.
for 11 points of damage.
Oh.
That was a natural 20 as well.
Ouch.
A bolt embeds itself in the cabin next to Tasha. A bolt whizzes past Yarla. And 2 of the crossbowmen fire at the captain. One misses, but one does hit.
Jeez.
It basically, the arrow, the bolt head grooves her shoulder. It doesn't actually stick in her, but it does cut her as it passes.
It grazes.
Yeah. All right. Zorith. You hear all of this going on. You've heard the yelling.
Do the ones on the water move up, or they've not moved up yet?
They've not moved up yet.
Shit. Okay. Well.
And from where you're standing, you can only see one of them anyway.
Right.
You can see this one.
Can I run over to the side of the boat here?
There's no way to go directly. That's all cabin between you.
Oh, fuck.
That's you can, peering around the back of the cabin over the paddle wheel, which is now not moving. You can see the one on the end, and you can see, let's see, 2 of the crossbowmen on the shore behind that person. But that's all you can see from here.
Well, now that changes a bunch of things, doesn't it? I am going to... peaches and cream.
You're going to peaches and cream?
Right.
Triceratops pie.
I am going to... I'm going to cast... If I'm leaning out the back and you said I can see 1 and the 2... How far away would you say the 2 bowmen on the shore are?
About 25 feet from the closest person. From where you are, about 80 feet.
Sweet. I will cast Magic Missile.
All right.
I'm going to use a first level spell, and I'm going to cast Magic Missile. And 1 at each one of them.
Okay.
You
The
get
crossbow.
3.
There's 3. 1, 2.
Oh, I see. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
So it's 1d4 plus
1.
1.
So 3 points of damage for all 3 of those.
All right.
And then I'm going to... I guess I'm going to start running to the other side, I guess. There's no way to crawl over the paddle. Oh, no.
No. All right, so you can get about here.
You'll have cover.
At least you
That's
have
good.
Yeah, at least you have.
Cover is good.
You are only let's see. No, you're not eligible to be hit by anybody where you are.
Perfect.
Okay.
So,
That's awesome.
all right. Now it's the robed figure's turn.
Ugh.
I was gonna ask. I'm like, did I miss that?
Mr.
No.
Crispy?
He rolled really bad. Like I think he has a 2.
It's not the chicky robe.
Mm.
It's a robe person.
Mr. Crispy.
That's fine.
Heck, nabbit.
Dag nabbit?
Yeah, I don't have any good big spells for AoE stuff.
Yeah.
I should have taken an AoE spell. I don't know. I don't even know if there is a sorcerer AoE spell at this level.
Qu'est-ce que c'est AoE?
Area of effect where it gets more than one person.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. Just pretend I don't speak geek for a minute.
Okay. Dang.
All right. And you watch. Oh. I don't have a token for this. That was silly. Well, I'll work it out as we go through. You watch as a... hold on, let me get this right. As a giant, well, not as a large fist covered in spikes appears in the air.
Ooh.
This is just rude.
Aribell,
Oh,
you've seen this before. You've seen it during your initial training.
Spiritual weapon.
That's a spiritual weapon.
Rude.
Yep. And now it's the attacker's turn.
Mm.
Woohoo!
Oh, the water dudes.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot. Down on the cross.
All right. So they all come rushing toward the boat. One of them manages to leap onto the boat and immediately swing at Iarla. And hits.
Oh no!
Rolled exactly what her armor class is.
Ugh.
And she takes a slash to the side, and you can see she's now bleeding. But she's the only one of the those that rush toward the boat that can attack anyone this round. So, we go back to the top, and Tasha.
All right, so how far away are they now?
There's one that's about 12 feet away from you and is just starting to climb up onto the boat.
Okay. Anybody else within 20 feet of me?
Yeah, several. Let's see. Actually, just two. The one on your right and the one... Well, yeah, just two. The one on your right and the one on your left.
All right.
Those are the two that are within range.
I can't sleep.
Oh, all right. All right, go ahead and roll your dice.
Yeah, I did.
All right. How
I
many?
got 32.
32. All right, let's see. And you watch both of them
Nice.
and you've never seen someone sleep on the surface of the water without moving, but they're both doing it.
Excellent.
Face down.
Let's see. Sigrith goes next. And she is going to make sure it's within range. Yep, she is going to move over here beside Arimynn. And she's turning this way and shooting a ray of frost at the one who looks like he's the leader. Oh, yeah, that's going to hit. All right. And you see the ice crackle across the front of his armor, and he grunts a little bit and seems to be moving a tad slower. Arimynn.
Okay. I take my weapons, since these guys haven't quite made it to the boat yet, and prop them up against the crates, grab my bow, and I'm going to wheel out around Sigrith, and I'm going to launch another shot at that robed figure.
All right.
Try to break his concentration. Right. So 23 plus 7, 30 to hit.
That will hit.
.21 points of damage.
Nice.
All right. Go ahead and describe this.
All right. So I wheel out as I'm spinning. I notch the arrow, look right at the person with the robes on, and just aim for right in the heart.
All right. The
Nothing.
arrow sinks in, and you see the figure take a step back, and his hands come up to his holy symbol, and he snaps it in two, and as he is falling backwards, vanishes.
Ooh.
Okay. Does the fist with the spikes vanish too?
Yup.
Good. All right. So for my movement action, or my bonus action rather, I am going to move back behind the crates, and I'm pulling Sigrith with me as I do.
Okay. Actually, you can put your hand on her and indicate that you want to pull her, but pulling somebody is an action,
Yeah.
Okay.
and you've already taken yours.
Okay.
So,
Well, then I'll make my movement and tell her to get back behind the crates,
okay.
because she should still be able to take a move action.
Yep. And she kind of looks at you quickly and then shuffles back to stand next to you behind the crates. All right.
Now I put the bow and quiver down and pick up my two weapons and get ready.
All right. Let's see. Can he do this? Maybe. We'll find out. There it is. Barnaby spins and goes running toward the corner of the cabin. Jumps up on the crates, almost loses his balance, but manages to keep it enough to get here, where he spins and pulls his great club off his back and two hands swings at the one that's asleep on the water. This is the only one he could get to. All right. He does, in fact, hit. And you see him, well, there's no delicate way to put this, squash his head like a melon.
Oh.
Yummy.
Because he was asleep.
Yep. All right.
What?
Now, it is Captain Yerobi's turn.
Do it. Do it to it.
She pulls out a hand crossbow and moves to the edge, aims down. Oops. And shoots at the one fighting Iarla. Oh, that's gonna hit. Yeah. Not bad. Now I'm knocking things over. She shoots and embeds one of those smaller bolts right in the chest. And the bandit kind of grunts, clearly in pain. At this point, you see the leader run up to the edge, leap onto the boat, and immediately begin up the stairs.
Uh-oh.
And
Can I see him from where I'm at?
no.
I can't see up on the thing?
No, because they're at the other side. They're all the way to the other side from you. And he's not up there yet. He is going up the ladder.
Lay poop.
But
Lay poop is right.
yep. All right. Marrow's turn again. Let's see, where is he? He's up here. So he turns and does see this and begins moving his fingers again. Oh, not with a 4. All right.
Shit.
No, this is a good not with a 4.
Oh, okay.
That was the saving throw.
I was concerned.
Ooh. And you see another cylinder of moonlight come slamming down out of the sky and take the bandit leader. And it hits with enough force that it actually slams him against the cabin. And again, you see on a lot of the exposed skin, like a very, very bad sunburn. It's red, it's inflamed, it looks really painful. And he just kind of snarls and is continuing to climb the ladder. All right, now it is Iarla's turn. She's going to turn and face her attacker and draw her short sword and attack. Unfortunately, it bounces off her attacker's armor and does no damage. Aribell.
So I'm looking at the map. Can I get past Tasha and Barnaby, or is it only one person wide along the cabin?
You can get past, but it will be at half movement because you'll have to literally like hold and push past them without pushing them overboard.
All right. So I can. It doesn't matter if I do my move before or after. I want to cast guiding bolt at the leader.
Okay. Now, guiding bolt, he has to make a save, right?
No, it's a to hit.
Oh, it's a to hit. Okay.
25 to hit.
That will hit him.
Ooh, nice. 20 points of damage.
Ooh. You see Aribell focus on her holy symbol for a moment and then just outstretch her hand, and this beam of pure golden radiant energy streaks out and slams into the leader. And actually knocks him down at the ladder a step.
And then I want to try and push past them and get as close to Yarla as I can.
All right. Yeah. You can get to the other side easily.
Okay. Am I within 5 feet of her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Now it's the crossbowman's turn.
Dislike. They also have a chance to shoot their own people, though.
Jesus.
Ouch.
Well, because if we're going, like, it's a mess right there in the back.
It's a bit of a snarl.
Yep. Well, one of them hit. I rolled like 5s and 6s and 7s.
Yes.
Unfortunately, they hit the captain.
Again with that.
Yep. All right. Zorith.
Me?
Yep.
How much can I move?
And still take an action, 30 feet. Each one of those squares is 5 feet.
I guess I'd like to be right there then, I guess. As close as I can get to the...
Yep, you can get...
Yeah. So I can take aim at those, at least 2 of them, right?
Well, you can take aim at all 3 of the ones still on the water.
Oh, I can?
Yep.
Without hitting anybody else?
Yep. Well, it depends on what you want to do, but you can see all 3 of them.
I would like to do burning hands.
All right. How far out does that extend?
15 feet.
Yeah, you're only going to get the closest 2. The one farthest to the left is too far out. But you can absolutely get those 2.
Okay, I'm going to do it at 2nd level.
All right. And they need to make a dex saving throw. What's their target number?
14.
Haha, natural 1. And a natural 1. Wow.
Those dice like us.
Apparently. All right, so go ahead and roll your damage. They will take it fully.
Okay. All right, let's count here. 8, 9, 14. 8, 9, 14, yes.
14 points of damage.
14 points of damage.
Nice.
Go ahead and describe what happens.
Okay, so I say burn it, and I hold my hands like this, and a thin sheet of flames shoots forth from my outstretched fingertips. And each creature in a 15-foot cone takes the damage, and I imagine it's fire, so they burn.
Yep. You hear both of them scream as they are ignited. And they both flail about for a little bit, but eventually their blackened forms drop to the surface of the water and stop moving. And you have to think that that's probably one of the worst things in the world, is to see all that water that could save you and not be able to get in it.
Wow.
That's gotta suck. Just gonna say.
Bad karma.
Yeah?
Mhm.
All right. So, it is now the attackers' turns. So, this one is going to run and attempt to jump up onto the captain's deck with his boss and actually makes it. This one manages to leap up on the ship. This one manages to leap up on the ship right next to Arimynn.
Well, that was a mistake.
A little bit.
There it is. Wow, I can't even see my own. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. There's one little box that allows you to rotate, and the color is not conducive to being seen on this map. So, leaps up there and immediately swings at Arimynn.
Rude.
Does a 13 hit?
Does not.
You manage to sort of duck under the swing. The one that's next to Iarla swings. Oh, that's going to hit.
I'm going to use my reaction to impose disadvantage
Oh, okay.
with my shield.
Ugh, rolled better the second time. You
Dang it.
run up and try to throw your shield in front. Unfortunately, the swing goes just under the shield. Ooh, ow. And Iarla takes another 7 points of damage.
Ew.
She's bleeding profusely from both wounds now. She's not looking good. And yeah, that's it for them. All right, so we go back to the top. Tasha.
Where am I?
Right here.
Okay, so who's next to me?
Barnaby.
A good guy.
Okay.
Barnaby and then Aribell and then Iarla and then a couple bad guys, the leader.
How far away am I from the captain's thing?
You could get up there,
Mm-hmm.
but you would have to literally jump up and climb up on the top of the cabin since you can't get to the ladder. Now, you are next to some crates.
Okay.
So I would say that would give you advantage, but you're going to need to make an athletics check.
Okay.
How far away are the guys on the shore? Did we decide?
Let's see. From where you are at the moment, the closest one is about 80 feet, and they get a little bit further from there.
Okay.
Okay, so wait. Athletics?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I rolled a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. You see Tasha leap up on top of the crates and then leap up on top of the cabin and make her way over to the other side of the wheel.
Okay.
And you are now up there with the others.
Who are the
leader is
up there?
the leader is finishing climbing. And you see one of the attackers that ran across the water is actually up there.
Okay.
And
can I attack, or did I use up all of my stuff?
I'm gonna say you can attack. It's like right at the very edge, so you'll have to really kind of extend if you swing. But you think you can hit him.
Okay. So. Plus. So that's 20 plus 21 a hit.
You were able to catch him on the tip of your blade. So go ahead and roll damage.
I can do that. All right. 10 points of damage.
10 points. Wow. You managed to slice across his midriff just under where the armor stops. And you think you see intestine.
Ew.
There's something white and glistening that you can now see because of that cut.
Good.
But he's still on his feet.
Okay. Well, it's a start.
Yep. All right. Let's see. It is Sigrith's turn. She is going to move 15 feet to move out here. And then she is going to wave her hands and cast Chromatic Orb.
Ooh.
Your girlfriend's got that moves.
It's a massive spell.
And she hits.
Yeah. I thought about taking that one.
For really shitty damage.
Uh,
A 2, a 4, and a 1.
Yee.
So 7 points of damage, but it hits the leader and with an enormous boom that actually rocks the sprite a little bit.
Oops.
Because she threw thunder damage.
Mm-hmm.
in the hopes that it might actually intimidate some of the others. But it does not. She rolled a 3. All right, Arimynn, you have
All right.
one range in your face.
Okay. So took a swing at me and missed. I parry it with the scimitar
Okay.
and activate the scimitar's special property, and the little jagged pieces come out of the blade, and I kind of look at him and smile a little bit, and then cut across his face with it
All
and
right.
see what happens.
Roll to hit.
Oh,
That's how we got that scar.
does a 13 hit?
Barely, but yes.
Yay!
All right. Let's see. Not that. This. Eight. 13 point. Well, let me redo this. It's 9 points of slashing damage, 3 points of necrotic damage, and he'll have to make a DC of 15. Let me see.
You just click on the weapon.
A DC 15 and a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
Ooh.
He does
not
not.
succeed- Sorry?
He does not save.
Then on the beginning of his next turn, he will take another D4 points of necrotic damage.
All right.
Now,
He
hold on,
is
not quite done yet.
Oh, but wait, there's no.
In my other hand, my rapier comes in and makes a stab for him.
Oh yeah, I do well.
Stop rolling crappy.
All right. Another 13.
Yep, it hits.
Yes.
All right. That does not do the extra damage, so nope. Wait. Yeah.
It's not bad.
All right. So 12 points of damage. Piercing.
Describe his death.
I got +5 to damage.
Not with your offhand.
Describe his
I'm
death because
sorry,
he had
wait.
one. He had one hit point left.
Wait.
So
Oh,
he's still
okay.
dead.
All right, he's still dead. Sorry, she just reminded me I don't get my bonus damage for my offhand. All right.
Oh yeah, that's right. But yeah, he had one hit point left. So
Okay.
So the 7 did it.
Oh, yeah.
7, right? Okay. So turn around, let him hit the deck, and look to survey what's going on around me.
You see that. Oh yeah, Sigrith would have moved back after she cast her spell, so she's back here. You see, Miro is there with Sigrith and Zorith, and you're all sort of behind the stack of crates.
Mm-hmm.
You see Tasha up on the captain's deck. You see Barnaby and Aribell and Iarla down the right-hand side of the ship.
All right.
And you see the captain up on the captain's deck as well. That's all you can see from here. Plus the crossbowman on the shore, obviously.
5 and 5 is 25, 30. Okay. So from where I am here,
So it's half movement once you get here. You have to push past.
what is this, Jeff?
Oh, you have to do it.
I can't ever get it to come down there. I don't know what you got to do.
He's clicking on the screen on the Zoom one instead.
All
This
right.
is
Oh,
some
yeah.
great.
Yeah, that's another stack of crates and a barrel.
Okay, then
That's how Tasha went up.
All right. So what is that it's next to? It's that wall.
That's the main cabin.
Everybody's on top of it.
Everybody's on top of it. Okay.
Yep.
If I make a running leap, can I use the crates to get up to the top?
Yeah. You can certainly try. Make an acrobatics check.
That dice needs to go in jail. You've
Yep.
rolled the same number.
10.
10.
So it's not a loss, but I don't think I did it.
You managed to get up here, but unfortunately the jump, you actually kind of bounce off, and you end up using the rest of your movement just to climb up on the crate. So
All right.
you can see up over the top of the cabin, but you're not up there yet.
Okay.
All right.
Third 3 in a row on that dice.
Barnaby's turn.
Nice.
He is going to turn and attempt to just jump up, grab the edge of the cabin, and pull himself up. Yeah, which he is able to do. He is insanely strong. He manages to get up here and moves to between the captain and Tasha, and he's going to hold his action and wait for the bandit leader to come within range. Captain Yerobi, however, with a very deft movement, just slaps the crossbow back on her belt, pulls her rapier, and stabs at the other attacker that Tasha hit last turn. Ooh, yes, that will definitely hit. Ooh. 4. Ha. She puts her rapier right through his right eye.
Oof.
And he falls backwards and slowly slips off the left-hand edge and is not getting up.
Excellent.
Now, however, it is the bandit captain's turn.
Oh.
Oh, that was the other guy. Sorry, I thought that was the captain. It's like, yay!
Nope.
No.
He comes leaping up on the deck and swings at Captain Yerobi with his scimitar. Oh, wrong die. The first swing she manages to parry. The second swing, however, gets past her guard.
Ooh.
Oh no.
She's still up, but she's looking hurt. All right. Marrow is going to go. Yep. He manages to move up behind the captain, and he is going to cast Cure Wounds.
But I don't have to try to get up there.
Woohoo!
Ooh, max.
Nice.
Do you roll against yourself?
No. No.
I like it.
But you see, the Captain Yerobi was starting to flag, and you see Marrow just barely get up there and reach out and touch her back, and you see her suddenly go,
Aha!
yeah, yeah. And see, does he notice? And is he? No. He notices the bandit captain just snarls and, doesn't seem too intimidated. Iarla's turn. She is going to attack the one that's been attacking her. Natural 20.
Yay! Go, little one.
Woot woot.
You know what she can reach. I'm just saying.
Well, let's find out if she's Jewish.
Let's see.
Awfully young for a he's awfully old for a bris. That's all I'm saying.
No age.
You see her drop to her knee, take her short sword out, and just stab straight forward.
I'm telling you what she just did.
And you hear the bandit cry out, the voice much higher than any you've heard before,
Ouch.
as he grabs his nethers and topples backwards over the side. He's still alive.
He just doesn't want to be.
He just doesn't want to be.
Take that.
Aribell.
I take my symbol in my hand and feel the power of Torah flow through me, and I put my hand on Yarla's shoulder and heal her for 10 points.
Okay.
That'll help.
And she too straightens up, and she spins around and looks at you and kind of goes,
I wink at her.
and spins back around and looks at the bandit that's still at the back of the ship and just goes, "Come on!"
She should get an intimidation.
No kidding.
You know where.
And the bandit looks at her, looks at the guy in the water, looks at the sword, and leaps over the side and starts running.
Smart. SMRT.
I'll go ahead and use my movement and get past her to the stairs so I can see the leader a little better.
Okay. Do you want to start moving up the stairs? You can't really see him.
Too much.
You can't really see him from the side.
Okay. Yeah, so it'll be instead of 5, 10 to get past her, right? And so then, start to climb up with the rest of my movement.
Okay. All right. Now it's the crossbowman's turn, and they're running out of things to shoot. Well, actually... two of them turn and disappear into the grasses.
They're smart.
The other 6, however, shoot.
Try your other gambit.
I was thinking you'd yell at them.
I was thinking about message.
Arimynn, does 19 hit?
Yes.
Ouch.
You take 7 points of damage as a crossbow bolt catches you in the leg.
Okay.
That's the only one that can see you. He's going to try and shoot Marrow. Thunks into the crates. He's going to try and shoot Sigrith. Thunks into the crates. Going to try and shoot... Oof. Yeah, will a 21 hit you, Aribell?
Yes, it will.
You take 7 points of damage as a crossbow bolt hits you just behind your right shoulder as you're climbing the stairs. And... Oh, that's going to hurt. Natural 20 on Barnaby.
Oh no, Barnaby.
They're good shots, man. That's a lot of people in there.
Yep.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, it was a natural 20, so...
Yeah, natural 20 is a...
Right, and he's a big dude.
You see it catches him right at the base of the throat.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
And you see him...
Oh no, we can't have everybody die. That's
And-
horrible.
He looks like he's still breathing, but it's labored. It's really difficult, and there's blood starting to
Spurt.
spurt.
Oh.
And he kind of falls back.
Mm.
Zorith.
All right, so there are this one. Okay. I'm going to cast Firebolt.
Yep,
Um,
that one is about
maybe-
80 feet from you.
120.
Okay, the one to the right of him is about 85 feet, just for
Yeah,
future reference.
120.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to hit that one. And then I'm going to quicken with my feet. So one of them is the bonus action, and
Okay.
then one of them is an action, I think. Yeah. So I can do 2. So I'm going to do both of those 2 guys with
Firebolt.
Firebolt.
Okay. Roll to
Okay.
hit.
roll to hit. Natural 18 plus
will hit.
6, 24.
Oh, yeah.
And natural 16 plus 6 is 22.
Yep. Both will hit. Roll your damage.
Okay. 1 to 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. I got a 0.
Nice.
And then I got a 6.
All right. Well, you see not one, but 2 streaking, flaming bolts arc out and embed themselves into the chests of 2 crossbowmen. One of them, it actually causes his armor to catch on fire.
Ooh.
Cantrip for the win.
Yep. The other one just takes damage. Let's see. It's the attacker's turn. The one that's left that's capable of moving is just running. And as he hits the shore, he apparently says something because the two by him turn like they're going to follow him.
Dang it.
All right, Tasha.
Character sheet up to see if I dropped concentration.
Is there still the one that's attacking the captain?
There's still the bandit leader.
Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to get D&D Beyond to load. I think I might have dropped my spell, so I'm just trying to get it.
Okay.
But my iPad stopped working.
I hate when that happens.
I had to look up what the DC was. So you may not have the die for that. So if you want to start without it, and then I'll let you know.
Oh, okay. 20 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay.
You see the bandit leader is bleeding from several wounds. I mean, he looks hurt. Not down,
Okay.
but hurt.
9 points of damage.
All right. He
And blessed fall.
Okay.
What? Blessed foul?
Yeah, I lost concentration when I got
Okay.
hit.
Yeah, that happens.
All right. Let's see. So it is Sigrith's turn. She looks at you, Zorith, and says, "Impressive," and sends a firebolt at the one whose armor is on fire. And, well, let's see. It's possible. Where did my 10 go? There it is. Ha, nope. All right. She strikes this one, and he goes down screaming, and then abruptly stops. And is just laying on the grass, burning.
Nice.
Arimynn.
Oh, that's what I need to do.
Okay, I'm going to finish climbing up here and attack the leader dude.
All right. So you come up around the side.
Can I get behind him? Can I flank him? Do I have enough movement?
Yeah. You're kind of right on the edge of the...
Yep, that's fine.
Right on the edge of the captain's deck, so don't lose your balance, but yes.
All right, balance. All right. 18 plus 7. 22 hit.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
10, 21. 21 points of slashing and 4 points of necrotic, and he has to make a Constitution saving throw at 15.
No, he actually doesn't.
Uh-huh.
So go ahead and describe his death.
Yeah.
All right, so I run up there while he's fussing with everybody else. I roll in behind him and come up with the blade and slash him right through the back and stick it through the front.
All right. So Tasha
Blade.
and Aribell, you both see the tip of a scimitar come through the bandit leader's chest. And he just kind of eyes wide. He falls to the ground.
Now, quick question. Is there anyone else up here of the bad guys that is in melee? Okay.
Nope.
All right.
As he falls, he kind of looks back to see who hit him, and he looks at your sword, and the last thing he says is, "I know that sword."
I bet you do.
Pull it out.
You knew that sword.
He knows it intimately now.
Uh-huh.
All right. Barnaby takes this round to just stop and catch his breath and try to staunch his wounds. There's not really anything he can do at the moment. You see the captain look around, do a quick check, and then she sings a melody that seems to come to a certain point and stop abruptly, and she vanishes. She reappears on the shore.
Wow. I don't have that one.
Yeah.
Between those two, and you hear her finish the song.
Between the two guys that were still
between two of the crossbowmen.
right.
And that may be all she's doing. Let's see. Yep, that's all she's doing this round. He is gone, so he's not going to be doing anything. Marrow's turn. Marrow immediately turns and moves over to Barnaby and casts Cure Wounds. And you see Barnaby. And he looks up at Marrow, and his face does something. You think it may be what it looks like when he grins. But you've never seen it before, so you're not entirely sure. Iarla. Iarla looks down at the one writhing in pain on the surface of the water, shifts to her crossbow, and puts a bolt right through the center of his head.
Ooh. Bloodthirsty. Just a little bit.
That's a gnome for you.
Yep.
Is it?
Aribell, you're halfway up the stairs.
I know it's there.
Your head's above the level of the captain's platform, and you see that there's nobody up there to fight anymore. There's nobody left on the boat but your people.
Right.
I look over. I was actually coming up to check on Barnaby. I knew Marrow was up there, but I look at Marrow. You have him?
He'll be fine.
Okay.
I've stabilized him. He's going to make it.
I guess, I have to start swimming. That'll be fun in chainmail.
I don't recommend that.
Mm-mm.
I can't do anything. Sacred Flame only has a 60-foot range. All right.
You know what? You can just get this guy.
Oh, okay.
That's 60 feet.
Okay. It's Dex save 13.
Natural 19.
Rude.
Yeah, I figure I don't hit very often with that one.
All right. The crossbowman. Natural 1's not going to hit anything.
It'll successfully hit the lake or the river.
Yep. You see the crossbowmen on the shore fire. One of them hits Marrow in the back. And one of them hits Iarla.
Dang.
The third one, who notices that the captain is now on the shore, spins around and takes off running and vanishes. These two over here do the same thing. Zorith.
Well, I hate to take the fun away from the captain, but I'm going to do the same thing on those two.
Okay.
Firebolt. Roll to hit. Ooh, natural 18. I'm loving that lab dice. 24.
24 will hit.
Oh, I have to do it twice.
Yep.
Ooh, natty 1.
Ooh,
That's what
right.
happens when you,
Well, the first one hits.
that's what happens when you brag on your die.
Mm-hmm.
And a 6 on damage.
He too falls to the ground screaming and burning, and eventually just stops and burns.
Ooh.
All right.
Well, that's all my sorcery.
The last of the attackers takes off running and vanishes.
Smart.
So all the attackers are gone.
Yep. And there's one crossbowman left who does not know that death is behind him.
But it's coming.
But Tasha, you're up first. What would you like to do?
How many feet away is the guy on the shore?
About 80 feet.
I hold my action.
All right.
I let the captain do her thing.
Okay. Sigrith moves out from behind the out from behind the barrels and kind of looks across the water at the captain, who just goes. So she then turns and begins to move toward the doorway to the cabin. Arimynn.
I look at the crossbowman, make eye contact with him, kind of salute him with my sword and knock the blood off of it before I sheath it and just walk over and hop down off the side onto the deck.
All right. Are you trying to intimidate him?
Nope.
Okay.
Just saying farewell.
All right.
So long, farewell.
Barnaby gets up and moves toward the ladder. And then it's the captain's turn.
Should we?
This guy like wondering, okay, why is nobody paying any attention to me anymore?
Are we going to capture him so we can question him?
No. I'm betting not.
I'm thinking that guy's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. His eyes kind of suddenly look down to wonder why there's a thin, sharp steel something coming out of his mouth.
Ooh.
Probably.
And he pitches forward and kind of slides off her blade, and she just flicks it, leans down, cleans it off, puts it back in the scabbard, and then neatly dives into the water, starts swimming back to the ship.
Wow.
That.
Too late. Too late.
I'd like the holy symbol to see if this is one of the Jagravanis.
Oh.
That's a good idea.
Could I tell who it was from a distance?
No.
Or
much too far away.
Yeah, I need to get back. I need to get to the shore. I tell the captain.
Well, he's gone.
Oh, he vanished.
He
That's
vanished.
right. I thought fair. Gotcha. He's not.
But make a religion check.
We have dead people on the boat, right?
We do.
Yeah.
I mean,
a few.
You've removed them all, but we had some dead people on the boat.
Yes.
21.
You didn't see the holy symbol, but when the spiritual weapon manifested for just a minute, you recognized it.
Okay.
If that is representative of the deity that this person worshipped, that's Rexthar, the deity of trickery and war.
Ooh.
And definitely one of the deities worshipped in the Temple of Jagravana.
These bandits might be all part of it. The undead, this guy, the other person in the robes, these might be the Jagravanans.
Well, I don't know what happened to him, but I took him out. I mean, they may bring him back, I don't know, but
They may already be here.
well, that's fairly good confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
So how many fled? Like 6 fled.
Was it really 6?
There's quite a few.
Hmm.
We took out quite a few, though.
Well, every one of the boarding party was killed.
Nope.
How much?
One of the boarding party members got away.
Mm-hmm.
How much is Yarla still down?
She is at 2/3 hit points.
Okay. I'll give her another 5.
Okay. That brings her almost to full health.
Okay. And then I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself since I'm down by more than half.
Okay.
Ooh.
I will roll off against you for that one.
Okay.
Well, I got an 8.
Thank you. That's better than my 1.
Yep.
And then I presume we'll be able to take a short rest.
You see Captain Yerobi kind of... I knew it was a good idea to have you on board. Running on top of the water. Oh.
Take it that's new.
I haven't seen that before.
Hmm.
Well, I'm thinking we're probably spending the night here.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. At this point, you see Sigrith walking up the ladder to the captain's deck. And she says, "They knocked it out completely. I'll have to wait till tomorrow morning to recharge it. I'm sorry, Captain." Not your fault. Not your fault. They were ready for us. What did they do? How did they stop us? I'm not sure. I suspect they dispelled the enchantment.
That's some pretty powerful magic.
And clearly, they were out here specifically for us.
I wonder if, well, no, they seem to be after you.
I think they were after the sprite.
Yeah.
Well, they can't have it.
Aye, they can't.
Not on our watch.
So I'm standing there. I look down at my leg. Anybody have a bandage? And then pretend to pass out and do a pratfall.
Insight check.
Make a Arimynn, make a performance check.
All right. Oh yeah, it's horrible. 8.
Okay, so my passive insight is 15. Do I need to roll it?
No. You just look at him and you're like, "Oh, for the love of."
Oh, that's holy.
I kind of kick him in that leg. Is it this one?
Oh, quit it.
Marrow, on the other hand, goes, "Oh no," and runs over and casts Cure Wounds on him.
Who does that?
Marrow.
Oh, Meryl.
Are you actually down? Don't let him waste a spell slot on
he-
you. Oh, you are.
He heals you for 12
Crossbow
points.
bolt my leg. How much?
12.
Okay, that completely heals me.
How nice for you.
Thanks, Morrow. Glad somebody cares. Get up.
I do care, but you don't have to over-exaggerate and be a big faker.
He's so dramatic.
I'm going to go sit somewhere and take a short rest.
Sam.
All right. Well,
Because I got nothing left to heal.
yeah. Well, the captain has said you're pretty much not moving.
Yeah,
You're
but I
spending
want
the
to.
night here, so.
Yeah, I want to go ahead and take the short rest just in case to get healed up.
Do they have ale on this ship? Because ale. Damn it.
They do, but it's part of their shipment.
Oh, Ragey. I'll just eat some fruit.
I yell down, "Are you okay, Zori?"
Yes.
Talked.
Okay.
Tasha,
Yeah.
you feel someone standing behind you.
Okay. I turn around.
It's Barnaby.
Hmm.
He surreptitiously pulls a flask from inside his shirt, unscrews it, and hands it to you, and just goes,
It's funny.
I take a stipple, and then I give it back, and
It's
I
not-
wink.
not bad. He turns and walks out.
Mm. Good man. Orc.
I go over to Marrow. How big of a container can you affect, like you did with the coffee?
Nothing much bigger.
Okay.
I could probably do a medium-sized bowl.
Gotcha.
I've not tried that, but perhaps I should.
I'm gonna wander down and see what's in the
Galley.
alley. Thank you. The word escaped me.
All right. It's basically all stuff that won't go bad over the span of a week. So there's still some bread, probably enough for one more meal. Then it's crackers. There's some smoked meats. There's cheese. There's some fruit left, probably, again, enough for one more meal.
Start trying to put something together for food.
All right.
Thinking maybe if he comes down, I can get some of that smoked meat and some liquid, and he can warm it up, and maybe we can soften it up a little bit. Or is it like ham or something?
No, he's agreeable to that.
Okay. See what we can put together for a heartier meal than.
All right.
Normal.
You do find some root vegetables that were actually from the last trip. They're a little soft, but they're okay. So you have the makings for a very simple stew or a hash.
Right. So I have to do it in smaller bowls and then kind of combine it.
Yep.
Let's see what we can do.
Make a performance check with advantage because Marrow is helping you.
All right. 23.
23. Wow. Okay. You and he managed to put together something that is tasty and filling, and the fact that he's able to use Druidcraft to warm it makes you two the most popular people on the ship.
And we have some bread with it and
Some cheese and some fruit.
I'm guessing the captain stays up on the nest.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll take up a bowl and some bread to her. Hand her a hot bowl.
What's the... Ooh. Warm food.
I think we've earned it.
I'd say so. Thank you. This is going to make my crew feel so much better.
No. It
Me
was,
too.
couldn't do it without marrow.
I remember that the next time bonus is coming around. And she eats. And so you end the day anchored in the river, probably a little over half a day's travel from your destination. And as the night sets and you begin your watches, the sky is clear, the stars are beautiful, the moon is slightly brighter than it was the night before, the rains seem to have moved on, and that's where we'll stop tonight. Especially since we got into combat and didn't have a break.
Right.
Oops.
I have a whining baby.
Yep.
I bet. So do I.
Nicely done, ladies and gentlemen. Nicely done.
Are you referring to the cat?
No.
No? All right.
No, he actually had to deal with me. I was like, I need a snack. We had dinner kind of early. Oh, well.
All right. So we'll pick back up here next week. We do have more live programming on our channel this week, though. Tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, Mike and I will be back for our third installment of GM Chat. 7 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, it's back to the dark side of the Force.
Double lightsabers.
And a grumpy bounty hunter.
I'm better than that. I'm double lightsabers with one saber.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You're so cool.
And for tomorrow's GM chat, if you want to email us or offer up some kind of a question or comment or something like that, please send us one for the show tomorrow. We'd be happy to address it.
Absolutely. And then Sunday, I'm not exactly sure what Sunday's going to be. I've got to talk to the crew. Things have shifted a little here, so we'll see. But just watch our social media. We'll definitely let you know.
All right. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Remember, stay safe, stay sane, wear your mask, and we'll see you next Tuesday night as we welcome you back to the lands of Aecathan.
Yep.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, y'all.
Night.